Welcome, 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 welcome. Let's get it. Tap that screen. Share it out. Share it out. Let's go. Tap the screen. Let's tap it up. Let's tap it up. Yeah, let's go. Tap it up, tap it up, tap it up. Share it out. Let's go. Hope you all are doing fabulous on this Tuesday. I know I look tired because I am kind of tired. I just did a live. But I'm happy to spend time with you, with OVC, and with our new candidate for tonight. We have Mr. Vincent Williams, who's representing the state of Georgia, District 117. When I saw the district number, that 117, it means a lot to me. If you know, let me turn this down. All right. If you didn't know, 117, I came from a family of CB radio people. So I used to talk on the CB radio, but my dad, God bless his rest of his soul, he talked on the CB radio, and his number was 117. So that means a lot. When I saw his district, I'm like, oh my gosh, that's a lot. Miss you, Dad. Thank you so much for joining the live. It is 7:01. Please share the live out to as many people as you can. Letting people know that Georgia is in the house. Let's get it. All right. Let's go. I had sent it out. You do not have to be from the state of Georgia to participate. Ask questions. You can request up. We just ask that you be respectful to me, your mod. And yes, I am your mod for tonight. My name is Sianca, like Bianca, Sianca. So I will be modding tonight with Mr. Vincent Williams whenever he comes in. We're going to get this thing started. I want to thank you all for coming in. Please share out the live. Please tap it up. Let's go. Thank you, OVC, for allowing us to have another virtual town hall. Virtual town halls to ask future candidates who are running, questions about what are they going to do when they get into the seat. And these seats are very important because they have to deal with the community, and the community needs to be taken care of in order for this country to be taken care of. Okay, so this is why we do virtual town halls. And yes, Mr. Vincent is in the house. Yes. Thank you so much, Mr. Vincent. I'm gonna send you an invite to come on up. I am super excited. If you're trying to put your picture up right now, there's no need to. If you cannot accept, you gotta be on a phone or a tablet, an iPad, or something like that. If you're on your computer or your laptop, it will not let you come up. So if you have a phone, like an iPhone or Android, or an iPad or tablet, you can do that. But as far as on a computer, on a PC, it's not gonna allow you to come up. There he is. Hey, Mr. Williams, how you doing?
All right, let me take this thing so I can smile at everybody. How you doing?
I love it.
All right, this thing, okay, here we go. There we go. All right. How you doing tonight?
I'm doing good. I can't see you.
Oh, so look, when I got my picture up, hold on. How do I, I'm not a tech savvy guy. Hold on.
So
That's
you
my
hit that
computer.
camera
Okay.
and okay, so do you have a background or not? If you don't have a background, that's fine.
Okay, so
But
I can see myself on here now. How do I?
okay, so you need to flip your screen. So if you see like a camera with an arrow going around it, that means you need to flip your screen. Yeah.
Okay, let me,
Because if it's
hold on.
seeing you, we can't see you.
Okay, see, but when I flip the screen, can you see me now?
No, I cannot.
Okay, this thing, hold on, flip the
You
screen.
have
I see.
okay, how many followers do you have?
All right, so I got 2,000. Well, I
Okay,
got
well,
about 1,000. I got about 1,000. And this shit.
here.
Okay, I'm trying, man. This thing, okay. I
I'm
can
giving you
see
access.
myself.
Okay, I'm
I
giving you
can,
camera access. See if that can help. See if that can help.
okay, all right.
If
All
Oh, you
right,
gotta
so,
hit save too. You gotta hit save after you do that. So hit save after you finish doing what you need to do for your camera.
okay.
Hit save. There we go.
There it goes. Hey, look.
Thank you,
Hey,
Misty.
listen. When you invited me onto this call, I was like, oh man, I'm not a TikTok guy, but okay, I appreciate it. I need to. My grandkids are always telling me, Papa, you got to get more tech savvy. I said, hey, listen, I'm not that old, but I am going to get savvy. But how you doing tonight? And thank
I'm
you
doing
again, and thank you for this invite.
good. I'm doing good. Thank you for asking. I was telling the crowd that the District 117 means a lot to me because my dad, God bless his resting soul, he used to speak on the CB radio, and
Mhm.
that was his handle. His handle was 117. So when I found out that's your district number, I'm like, wow, that's freaking
Yeah.
awesome. I mean, he's from Georgia. He's from Andersonville, Georgia.
Andersonville. Okay. Hey,
Yeah.
look, and that's down south of us, right? And we do know the great folks of Georgia that come from that area are awesome people. So God bless your dad and rest in soul. But I know that he was a great man, especially if his handle is 117.
Yes, yes, yes. He's a Marine. I know you can say was. He's always a Marine. He's a Marine. He fought in the
Yes, sir.
Korean WAR. So
Okay.
yeah, so
Well, I
he's
like
he's
to
an
always
outstanding
pick at
guy.
I always like to pick at my Marines. I served 27 years in the United States Navy. And
Okay.
so we took Marines everywhere they went.
Yeah.
And not only that, I always tell them, you guys are a department of the Navy. They never like that. I said, you don't own your own department. We're your department. Look at your paycheck. Your paycheck will say Department of the Navy, and they get all livid about it. But we are, when you're in the military, one thing about our joint unity, we can talk all day about each other. But
Yes.
boy, let somebody come in between that.
Yes, 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 yes.
You
Because
got
I'm
you got a
also
fight
a
on your hands.
disabled veteran as well. I served in the Army. I say Army.
Okay.
My husband is still serving. I'm out of it, but my husband's still serving. He's supposed to retire this year. 28
Yes.
years in the Army, CW4. He's an officer.
Okay.
He's doing outstanding
Well,
things.
thank you
So
for
yeah.
your service and thank you for your husband's service. It takes a special. I did 27, and it really was hard.
Yeah.
Especially after I got Now, when I got past the 20, it got easy, and I don't know if because I knew I could retire any moment, but I did 7 more, and it was so when I recap my service, if I could do it again, I would. I would. I enjoyed it. I met so many great people around the world. I served in the Intel community, and I was able to help so many people. You know, one of the things about being in the Navy, you get to deliver aid around the world. So
Yep.
we did a whole bunch of humanitarian lifts all around the world. And it's sad because today, you know, it's not happening. They got rid of US aid.
Yep.
And so that took, and you know, as a soldier, how when we hit these countries, how important that aid was to people, you know. So we got people in Africa dying because they're not getting the medication. And that's, you know, I have a lot of people who tell me, well, we shouldn't be supporting all these countries. No, we should. Because
Absolutely.
as you know, our interests lie. You know, when it's time of need, you know, we wonder why we can't get no help with this this oil getting out of the straits, right? It's because the countries say it's not our fight. Now,
Right.
had we done it the diplomatic way and basically asked our, you know, allies, hey, this is what's happening. We believe, gave us some facts, because they never gave us facts. And I'll lastly say this, and we'll jump in it. I don't believe in sending our sailors, soldiers, Marines, Coast Guard into a situation with no clear definition.
Amen.
With no clear definition. It's absolutely
Absolutely.
wrong.
Absolutely. And
I
I'm
pray
in
for them every day.
total agreement with that as well. I want to say thank you to Mr. Williams, Mr. Vincent Williams, one and only in District 117 and Georgia State House Representative. That's what he's doing. He's doing a dang on thing. We thank you for being here. Thank you guys. Continue to tap the live. Continue to share it out with everybody. You do not have to be from Georgia to participate. We want you all to engage in the chat. If you got questions for Mr. Williams, come on up. Just be respectful. We're going to have like a few categories. We're going to do some icebreakers, and then we're going to do some rapid fire questions with some political ones.
Okay.
And then we're going to do some friendly ones, some fun ones.
Okay, I got you. Let's go get at it.
I love it. And I just want to say this as a veteran to a veteran. We do have our separate branches, but when we come together, it's like we knew each other from a can of paint. Like we knew each other for a long time. And I enjoy that, being a veteran and being able to meet someone like Mr. Williams here, who is also an outstanding veteran here himself. And I'm glad that he's doing something to make a better place for his district and for his country. So we're going to start off with saying what Our Vote Counts is. So Our Vote Counts is a nonpartisan coalition of citizens from diverse states and backgrounds united by a shared commitment to empowering voters and promoting candidates who stand for integrity, like Mr. Williams here, inclusion and accountability in the upcoming elections. Formed by collective educators, veterans, small business owners, students, and community advocates, Our Vote Counts represents the strength of unity across geography, race, and ideology. While our stories are different, our mission is the same: to ensure that every voice is heard and every vote truly counts. Once again, everybody put a clapping emoji in the chat for Mr. Williams, for Mr. Vincent Williams, who is in the house once again representing District 117. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Now I gotta say this biography here. I gotta state this because this is outstanding right here. This I have to do it. So, Mr. Vincent Williams, a 27-year Navy vet, father and husband, is a community-focused leader and a candidate for Georgia State Representative in House District 117, running under the banner People First, Community Always. What Mr. Williams emphasizes service, inclusiveness, and grassroots leaderships. That Mr. Vincent's campaign centers on strengthening education, supporting teachers, empowering local families, and fostering real community investment. He brings experience as an educator, city councilman, and mayor for Locust Grove, Georgia. His message reflects a vision of Georgia where every voice matters and together people can honor the past, serve the present, and build the future. I love it. I freaking love it. Welcome, Mr. Vincent
Thank
Williams.
you
Tell
so
us
much.
more
Thank you so much.
about Mr. Williams. Tell us, the floor is yours. Tell us more about you, Mr. Williams.
Well, of course, thank you for that wonderful, wonderful reading of my bio. I kind of get, when I go into places and they read it about if I'm speaking, it's kind of, it's kind of so real because spending those years, like we just talked about in the military, those years go by so fast, especially when you're having fun. Now, there were some mission critical things that we've done that really takes us to go ahead and get the things done. And I've done those things. I had to stay away from my family for years. I was a geographical bachelor. Me and my wife made a decision early on in our marriage and in our career. She spent the first duty station in Norfolk with me. She said, "Baby, I like being a Navy wife, but I don't think this is a place to raise kids. And I don't want to raise my kids by packing them up every 3 years and moving them around." And it was a tough decision because I'm like, well, what are you trying? Are you leaving me? What you know, you
Right.
know? And she's like, no, girl, no, boy, I'm not leaving you. And we've been, God be the glory. I've been married to this woman for 37 years.
Woo!
My ride or die, man.
That's
My
all
ride or
right.
die. And even though I kind of set her off sometimes, she's like, Mr. Williams, what are you doing now? What are you doing now? I'm a member of several boards. One of the boards being the Hands of Hopes, which is the medical board, a medical organization here in Henry County that serves people who don't have insurance. If you don't receive Medicaid, you don't receive any kind, you have no insurance at all, you can walk into our office and receive health care, dental, and it's free of charge. This mission that the Hands of Hope deliver, we served about 100 people just this month, and it's tripled because we do know people got kicked off the ACA. And when they got kicked off the ACA, right here in Georgia, it was about 240,000 who did not renew their coverage. And it was
Wow.
too high. And as a small business owner, me and my wife own a local restaurant here. And we had to make a hard decision. We tried our best. We're not making the millions of dollars. It's a struggle every month in our business. But we tried to give insurance to our workers. The day, I call it the midnight hour, that the devil came, because come that 1st of January, we all got kicked up to, I was paying about $1,600 a month. It went to $6,000 a month. Now take a minute and let that die.
Wow.
We took people who work hard every single day. Now we're not talking about families who, as some people like to say, laying on their butt doing nothing. We're talking about families who go to work every single day being left out because the ACA gave them the credit to help them.
Right.
And why that is so important, we could have done something in Georgia for that. We could have propped up called Georgia Access. And it's the healthcare market for Georgia. We could have won. We could have expanded Medicaid that Barack Obama told all the states when he was in office. He gave them all, said, look, this is good. It is still a current law because all the people in Kentucky who call it Kentucky Care, but it's really of Obamacare, are loving it. But in Georgia, our governor decided he would not elect to expand Medicaid. Again, it wasn't going to the people who wasn't working, because we do have a work requirement. So these are working families who work and get up and go to work for a minimum wage that doesn't work. So I honestly get up every morning and I pray. And I said, Lord, what can I do for the families right here in my district? And God says, go do your best, Vincent. And that's what I've done since retiring from the military. I've affected families by doing food banks. When the federal workers first got laid off, And, me and my team, we fed over 200 families from my restaurant food truck who got a hot meal for Thanksgiving. We did the hurricane relief when we got tore up by struggles. I just wanted to do, and I was called to serve people. And that's why my campaign is rooted in people. It's rooted people first and community always. I know that was kind of lengthy, but I had to get that point across because I tell people I'm not running because of a title. I could care less about a title. I don't.
Oh, he must have a phone call. But while he's coming back, he must have a phone call. He have a slogan that says, honor the past, serve the present, and build the future. And he is for the community. He has people first, community, and community always. So there we go. Here we go, Mr. Vincent.
Yeah. Everybody, I was trying to do this on my tablet because I know these phone calls are going to be coming in. I want to can I put my phone on airplane mode?
You should.
Yeah.
I don't think that should hurt anything. I don't think that should hurt anything while he's doing that tap, tap, tap live.
I need people to get the
There we
information.
go.
Okay.
There we go.
Okay. Awesome.
Yeah. So, and I appreciate you explaining what you do and actually being showing proof of what you're doing in your community, and that's what we need. Oh, no airplane mode. Okay, so you got to take the airplane mode off, and you can just do focus.
Okay.
What do you call it? Turn your focus on. Do not disturb on. Thank you, OVC. Yeah, do not disturb. Thank you, OVC. Continue to tap, tap, tap the live.
Got it.
Okay, you got do not disturb on?
I do.
Okay, all right, there you go. Thank you, OVC, for that. We got a lot of tech savvy people on our team. I love it.
Yeah.
So they'll keep you straight.
Okay. Hey, look, I love it, man. I love it.
That's good.
My granddaughter was supposed to be hanging out with me today for these technical problems, but she just she just say, "Look, Papa, I'm sleepy." These young people can't hang. They can't hang.
No, they
it up.
can't. They can't. I have 3 of them. They can't hang. They can't. So in your county, Mr. Vince, I gotta move my thing here. So your county, you have Henry and Clayton County, correct?
No, it's Henry only. It's Locust Grove West and McDonough, central and city limits of McDonough. So we can,
Gotcha.
yeah, we're not part of Clayton. We really just focus on a part of the delegation. This was a new seat that was crafted out of the ACLU of Georgia and other organizations who went up and said that they sued because the district were unproportionate. We are a district where we represent 63% African American, and then the other one. But we have a large population of African Americans in this district. They had to create this district and one right beside me for that purpose. So this district only been around for 3 years, and I had an opportunity to take this district. I got the first call when it was created, but I was at a really crossroads at the time. We had lost I was the mayor pro tem of Locust Grove, sitting at the second to the mayor. The mayor passed away, and it fleeted me right to the mayor's seat because he was gone. And our city at the time was at a place where this man had been the mayor for almost 20 years. And so a lot of people loved him. A lot of city workers loved him. And we were going through a turmoil. We were actually going through a professional audit to ensure that our city health is good. And plug Locust Grove right now. If Locust Grove did not take in any more dollars for the next 9 months, we wouldn't miss a beat because we spent the people money right. We did not go after all kind of crazy things. We protected the wages of our workers. We did the roads for them. We expanded highways for them. We've done the work here in Locust Grove that other districts could not do. But because we believed in bipartisanship, rolling up the sleeves and getting things done. But when I got called for this district, I just could not leave the city at the time. No matter what my high ambitions were, I knew that the city needed me more than my own self, you know, things that I wanted. So I stayed at the city seat. I decided 2 years later it was time, because my city's good. It was time to move to serve to serve on another level, to help the cities of McDonough and Locust Grove thrive even better, going up and requesting money to help us with these crazy roads. If anybody know Locust Grove and McDonough and Stockbridge, I-75 is a crap, man. You can't move. It used to be a time you could move in different times of the day, but now it's lockstep traffic. So those things, I'm going to go up there to work on those things, the hard things, to get some things done and to use that bipartisanship that I learned on city council to get some things done.
Gotcha. And thank you for clarifying that. And so the median household income is 82,577, but the per capita is 33,346.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. And that goes into my economic stability piece. Locust Grove is booming. Our housing is up, but the housing has become unaffordable. The new affordable home in Locust Grove is $300,000. And you just spoke to that per capita. That per capita, man, it's a lot of people priced out. My daughters who work every day can't qualify because the income don't meet the criteria for a $300,000 home. So workforce housing is out. I will go up to the Georgia House and work hard to help with my mayors to bring forth good contractors who want to come, do some affordable things for our teachers, our fire and police, and anybody, educators, any of these people, and first-time homeowners who would get a grant to do it. We had a presidential candidate who was talking about delivering money to first-time homeowners. She didn't win, but she was the best qualified, who was going to help working families with this one particular issue.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And I wish that we're here now. I wish. Like you said, the percent of the population is 66, around like 66,000 in that range.
Well,
And then
59,000 or so residents.
Yeah. And then it's 19% white people. This is my first time ever seeing this, because I'm always seeing the white people population higher than everybody, but it's 19% white people. There's 64% black people. There's 2% Asian. There's 2% other cultures and races, and there's 9% Hispanic. So this is like my first time ever seeing us. And I know where Georgia is, and I'm saying that Georgia is overpopulated with black people. I know there's other people in it, but the town halls I have done, I had never seen this ever. So this is like a shock to me.
Well, I got a friend that you interviewed, Mitchell White, and Mitchell White is the district, right? He's 81, and they carved that district perfectly for. Now those numbers swap, just the district right next to me, and so they carved us out again because they had to give some diversity in that state house. It still didn't move the number that we need and we require to start getting stuff done. That's why it takes a strong leader who can go up there, who's done the hard work to work across those party lines to get the agenda done. So absolutely, I've never seen a district so strong. We're about 30 miles from Atlanta, but we're considered one of those 5-6 metro counties that always come in blue, baby. It's good. It feels good to live in a blue county. I promise it do.
I'm in North Carolina. I'm originally from New York. My mom is from North Carolina, and like I said, my dad is from Andersonville, Georgia. So I have the best of both worlds,
Yeah,
as you can see.
you do.
And
You
I love
do.
some of my family members live in Macon, Georgia. Some live in America. Some live in Augusta. Some, and all those other great places.
Hey,
So
real
I,
quick, we had Judge Penny Brown, who just joined the chat. Hey, Judge, how you doing? She's running for our next Secretary of State, Judge Penny Brown, y'all. She
all
is an
right.
awesome, awesome judge. I hope and pray that she gets elected. I am pulling for Judge Penny Brown. She's awesome, man.
All right. And OVC, welcome, Miss Judge Penny Brown is her name.
Yes,
Welcome, and get a hold. Well, we get a hold of you so you can come and do a virtual town hall so we can get you up and running as well.
absolutely, absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah, she and look, she preaches. She's a spirit leader, man. And
that's
I tell you, if
awesome.
you get her online, man, and she gonna rock the people, man, because she's a spiritual, uplifting female who have done some amazing things as a lawyer, as a judge. She's worked up at the way up there in that Capitol. Judge Penny Brown have done a lot, man. So I hope and pray you can get her on one day.
Absolutely. OVC will try to reach out to her. Thank you so much for the plug. We were more than happy to have you here so we can get your name out there. This is why we do this, so we can get your name out there. And hopefully, Mr. Vincent, I hope you're sharing this out with your followers so they can
I
see
will.
you
I
and
will.
everything. So we're gonna get started.
Okay, let's go.
All right. So we don't need to do an icebreaker because I think we know each other from another mother. I think we up to
Yeah,
that point already. So we're
yeah,
gonna go ahead into what we know about as veterans,
yeah.
as military family. So as a 27-year Navy veteran, how can communities strengthen their connection to veterans, making sure their experience and their contributions are recognized year round, like all the time?
Absolutely, great question. What we were able to do in Locust Grove, because I brought that kind of veteran leadership to the council. We at the time we did not have a veteran memorial park. And so I dove right in. There had been talks about it, but never no movement. So I found that people here tell me all the time when I wear my veteran's hat, thank you for your service. But it was more profound when we put together that beautiful, beautiful place in Locust Grove. And it's where veterans can go, take off their hat, kick off their shoes, and just think about, those good times, those bad times. And if you lost somebody, you can think on those people. But it's representative of all branches, and we even included Space Force, but no Space Force veterans right now. But that place is where we started. I wanted to start there because I know we already get the opportunity to go eat on Veterans Day. I just
Mm-hmm.
don't believe that that's one day. The military is still only made up of 1% of the nation's population. It's
Yes.
not a big population that really serves. It takes a unique person to do it. But what I didn't want to do when I took the uniform off, I did not want to lose any ground to anyone. So I want to go and advocate for our veterans. I think they've done some great things here in the state, but still we fall short from other states on what we do for veterans. So the veterans are going to have a voice. I'm going to get the people. My veterans in my county are enormous, enormous. I want to say we're a little over 1/3 of the voters here are veterans. So
Oh, you probably have another call. Okay. Let's
I
see.
thought I had put it on airplane mode. Do not disturb.
Oh God. He is a busy man.
So
Y'all go
yeah,
ahead and
it was also my we have a population of veterans who are homeless.
Mhm.
So my work now is highlighting those veterans because I want those veterans. Should be never ever a time when a veteran is homeless.
Absolutely, because there is a
I don't care if,
9.3. I'm sorry, go
right?
ahead. Ben.
I don't care if, because a lot of it is still, a lot of times, we got veterans that don't want to be around anybody because their mental, is gone.
Yep.
So I want to expand that mental health reach in Georgia to, these are state, we got the federal benefits, but
Yes.
I think the state can be doing more, right?
Yes.
Those are centers spread out through Georgia. One, we have a Vector Center. It's a one small Vector Center down. It's vocational education training opportunity for veterans. And this center is in South Georgia. Me and a friend of mine, we went and took a look at it. I said, man, why not model this all over the state? See, because what veterans, I do know about veterans. You teach a veteran to fish, he gonna fish, right? You teach a
Amen.
veteran, we're not, as veterans, we're not looking for a handout, we're looking for a hand up.
Right.
If we retrain veterans, because the thing, I'm an intelligence specialist by choice and by rate, right? There are really no jobs. I could have walked out of my job in the military and stayed in DC and actually walked right into my job as a civilian. Well, my wife said, no, sir, buddy. I hung out with you while you were doing that. You coming back to Georgia? I said, I don't care, baby, because Georgia has always been on my mind. So, but nothing for me to do here in Georgia. So I became an educator. I said, man, I'm not, and I found that the kids of our state and kids in general are they act as a calming for me. When I'm around our babies and people say, oh, they bad today. No, they'll give you as much love as you give them. So I built one of the biggest and one of the largest NJROTC programs in the state because those kids joined my program because they saw what I was doing. I was traveling to boot camp graduations. I was traveling to first salutes. Man, I got a whole bunch of first salutes in my hat. I was traveling because I believed that as a veteran, we could teach these kids a better way. And so those things that I've done as a veteran, and since I've been out, I've tapped with major and plentiful veteran organizations to ensure that we're doing right by veterans. But as the next state representative from Georgia and House District 117, I will ensure that I protect and uplift and build a better veteran organizations right here in our state, right here in our district. So every veteran, no matter where they live in Georgia, they have a veteran who's going to work on their behalf.
Amen. Absolutely. And like what Miss Alice says, never underestimate the power of our young people. And they are not as ignorant and uneducated as people want to make it seem. It is so true. We have children out there who are so brainiac people. I mean, they are amazing brainiac people. They see, they know. They may not look like they're not paying attention, but they're paying attention. They know. Okay.
I'll drop one personal testimony real quick.
Mm-hmm.
I had a young man that he was coming to the high school as a reintroduction to the high school from a bad place, one of those alternative schools. This kid was labeled with a whole lot of trauma, a lot of mental. And so he didn't want to be in ROTC. But when I connected with him, just enough to get him to come sit with me daily, I told the teachers, give me all his work. I ensure that he does it with me. Man, this kid and I did my work. I taught the class. He sat in my office for 2 weeks. We never said one word. He just told me when he first joined, I'll never put that uniform on. I hate that uniform. 2 weeks later, he saw the things I was doing with kids. And kids know real, right? They know real.
Yes.
He said, Chief, you think I could try on one of those uniforms? I said, yeah, you want to? I couldn't. Tears started rolling from my eyes because this kid was adamant he wasn't going to do it. I quickly took the picture and sent it to his mother. His mother called me and was just crying because the kid had never opened up like that. See, it's no matter what we put on these kids. If we as adults start listening to them, start paying them attention, and stop, because I don't want to always be, I'm not going to be that guy, be 90 years old trying to run for state rep. I'm going to train up my young one I'm going to bring up the young.
Yes.
Because when I'm done, the next state representative House District 117 will be a young person because we're going to need those in those positions because the world is changing. So I enjoy helping kids, man. That's my gift. But I do know that I could represent them on a bigger stage to help them out and to pass better mental health bills to help those kids when they're going through that trauma in schools.
Absolutely. And thank you for the testimony. That's awesome. And the children are our future. I say that every time. They are our future. And I even remind them that you are our future.
Yes.
Don't let nobody tell you something different, because guess what? Your parents not gonna be here forever.
That's
I know
right.
you don't want to hear that, but it's the truth.
That's it.
And to go back to the veteran status in your district is 9.3% of veterans there.
Yeah.
9.3.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I love seeing that. I love seeing people from different walks. Like we have World War II vets, we have Korea, we also have Vietnam, Gulf, the 1990s, and the Gulf era post of
Yeah,
2001.
and I'm a golf veteran. Every third car is a disabled veterans tag. So, so I'm like,
Yeah, it's
hey,
like
look,
4,390 veterans in your area.
yes, yes.
4,000.
And our county has done awesome giving the veterans their rights. Like the homestead exemption tax that we get here is awesome. We get a whole lot off, and so my taxes go up, but they don't go nearly as much as most because I do
Right.
know that we got a county chairwoman who believes in helping veterans. Her father was a veteran. Chair Harrell has done a lot for veterans. So that's why they
Absolutely.
come here. They come here because they see people working on their behalf.
Absolutely. I have one more question for veterans. I know I'm going to get choked out if I don't ask this question. How can local government better support veterans in areas like healthcare? Because healthcare is like oh my gosh, employment. We already spoke about mental health, but what about healthcare and employment? Let's focus on that.
So I go back to healthcare. Healthcare, right? A lot of our veterans did not retire, so they did not get help. They coming home, jobless, and they're looking for jobs. So those would fall under my Hands of Hope, and we do have veterans who come into the Hands of Hope to take care of them. But you have a lot of them who just, they get tired of the VA telling them no, so they just pull out altogether. So one of the things that I really want to do, and we've done some great things for mental health for veterans here at the state, but we just have not done enough. There's several bills out there, House Bill 1234. It's a couple of them out there that are dealing directly with mental health, but they're throwing a patch on it.
Yep.
What I want to see is concrete stuff that we do each and every year, each and every day, each and every second, helping our veterans. I spoke earlier about that Vector Center. If we can retrain veterans and we can have a one-stop, back in the day when they were doing it, they did this for the farmers, right? When we had to be shown how to do it. So they had all these centers out there for the farmers. Not all farmers that looked like me got the chance to do it, but they had these places, these centers out there, right? So why can't we do that as a state? Take that Vector Center that's in South Georgia and replicate it all over the state. And veterans could walk in, talk to a VSO, talk to a counselor, get retrained in whatever job, have a job qualifier there, have businesses ready to hire veterans. We have a crisis right now in nurses. I happen to know a whole bunch of combat medics
Yes.
who are ready to go to work, but because their certifications don't change over
Right.
like they should. So I will be working on legislation to make those particular certifications exchangeable for what we have here and what we need right here in our state. They do it for teachers already. You have troops to
Oh, got another phone call. This man is busy. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Continue to tap the live. Continue to share it out. Continue to gift Give the candidate, Mr. Vincent, you can gift him. You can gift me as your beautiful mod. Yes, there he is. He's a
Yeah,
busy
so
man. Don't mind him. He's a busy man.
yeah, but yeah, so we can do those things, to bring veterans employment up and ensure that they're not falling through the cracks. Is have these centers all over the state that catch the veteran when he gets home. One of the things that me and a friend of mine who joined my campaign, she brought up a great, very, very good fact. You go to, and you can test this, you went to a transition center when you got ready to get out, right?
Right.
They asked you where you wanted 214 to go, right?
Yes.
So that could go right to the Secretary of State website. And the Secretary of State could then take that, put that on another site just for veterans. So organizations then we got several new veterans and they live in these areas. Let us reach out to them because they need to know about the Vector Center in our area. So we got to pull these veterans when they get out, man. Or we got to hire, we had those people who come talk to us about jobs. Why not have our state be the first, send a state person to tap class all over the United States? And when they got a Georgia guy coming home, and maybe we may be able to recruit somebody to come from wherever if they got the right skill set that we need. But they could give the pitch, and then we could then document them, track them, ensure that they're not falling through the cracks for healthcare. And so with healthcare, we could actually take that healthcare, get them easy access, because if you're a veteran, you do know you have the right, no matter how long you serve, to be treated at the VA.
Yes.
So I love what Senator Oscoff is doing with veteran care here in Georgia. I'm sure that we could get Senator Oscoff to pass something that really works for those veterans who fall through the cracks for medical and get them seen by doctors and absolutely getting out there and doing support for our veterans. But we got to make it known. You got to have somebody who want to go up there and kick doors down and tell the truth and
Yes.
bring those veterans up to that veteran committee and give them real life stories. Until we do that, nothing's going to change. They're going to keep doing what they want to do for veterans that they think we believe they want. And again, all we want is a hand up, not a handout.
Absolutely. I love that idea. I didn't even think of that. That's awesome. And I hope you get in that seat and that you can get that started, because that's what's happening. The veterans are falling through the cracks. There are a lot of veterans that do not know the different benefits that they are given. I know I'm learning a lot from my husband retirement. I'm learning some more stuff from him. He gave me information I didn't know nothing about. So I thank you for that. We're going to move on to economic stability.
Okay.
So,
Well, that's
families
one
in
that I'm hot on, man.
I know. Families. Okay, so if anybody in the chat have any questions for Mr. Vincent Williams and veterans, please come up and ask the question. He does not bite. I'm still here. We still chilling. We, doing our thing. And if you don't want to come up, it's fine. Ask in the chat. Continue to engage each other in the chat as well. So we're going to move on to economic stability.
Hey, how do we invite people? Because I can't invite them. Can we get people to tap on your end to invite some people in the chat?
Yeah, they can come up. Yes, they can request up if they want to. They can also give you questions in the chat as well. If you want to come up, just press those two little people that you see next to the microphone, and then we will get an alert that you want to come up, and then you can come up and ask Mr. Vincent some questions, or if you want to ask me some questions. But yes, do not hesitate to ask him questions. You do not have to be from Georgia to ask him a question.
That's right.
Ask him questions, so when he gives you an answer, you can go to your congressman who is running, or whoever in your community is running, and be like, hey, well, in Georgia, in District 117, they're doing this and that and third. Why we can't do that here?
That's right. That's right.
Everybody is practicing. We all in this together, people. We are all in this together.
That's right.
So we're going to move on to economic stability. So families in Henry County should not have to choose between paying the bills and caring for their loved ones So, what roles does affordable housing play in maintaining economic stability for working families in the district?
Okay, so I'm gonna unpack that with starting with one subject that has been so sore in this, and it's been crazy for years. Georgia has a minimum wage rate of $5.15,
Yes, what's up with that?
right? 40, I mean, it's been that way long as I've been working. I'm up there in age, and it's never changed. You had a lot of bills that have went up. We had a guy who went up, Representative Dewey McClain. He wrote a bill this time, House Bill 394, to bring it into a study committee, and it never gets out of a study committee. I don't know how much you need to study when
Exactly.
when a minimum wage of 5.15 is okay with you. It's okay with you. So one of the things I want to do, I want to get up because I'm not the representative right now. I don't know what goes on behind closed door, but I can tell you what
Right.
this guy do. I'm gonna go up there and I'm gonna do a fact finding because I'm gonna pull some people to into a room and say, "Can you tell me what is your opposition? What's your opposition to this bill? Can you tell me?" And I'm not gonna make it about black or white because
Right.
it's just right. And so if we can work together to raise the minimum wage. Now I know a lot of companies have already, kind of done it, inadequately, or just because this kid these age won't work for less than $10 an hour, but it's not on the books. And until it's on the books, company will always advocate to give them less. And so going to my economic stability platform, when I talk about housing, it really going back to the root cause why people can't afford to live a good life. I got a daughter who is in her 30s. Her and her husband work every day, got pretty good jobs. She worked for Southwest. He works for a nice manufacturing company. But the other thing that's killing them is childcare.
Oh my God.
It's it's $800 a month for her, with two kids. So we need to move that north because families need to not have to decide whether they're going to eat, put their kids in care, or do I even have enough to get through the week? So I want us to get back to the root cause and move that minimum wage up. There, like again, there have been several bills each and every year introduced by Democrats, and it never go anywhere. They don't want to talk about it because they say that it's going to hurt companies. Now, I'm not advocating that we put $15 an hour on the table right away.
Right.
I'm a small business
Right.
owner. That would hurt me because the customer will have to get that, right? But I am
Right.
advocating that we do start somewhere
Right.
because we go back to that per capita you were talking about. We have a lot of warehouses in our city, and those warehouses are not paying an equitable wage. And so they're stuck. So we're going to have to work on how do we get the wages to go up because everything else is going up. You can't go into a store today and get two items and it not cost you $50.
Yeah.
That's all in that economic stability patch. What I want to see happen is that we passed a lot of state taxes to income taxes to cut people income tax. We went from 4.1 down, 5 point something down to like a 4.1. But when I took a dive into that, that's only going to help the top end earners. So we're still not helping the root cause of the people who are struggling.
Right.
So I want to make sure I advocate, I go up and I champion. I want to walk. I've done this in the Navy, right? I went into those boardrooms and I sat down with those admirals, and I had a plan that I wanted to execute, and they all tell me why they wasn't. Oh, we're not on board with that. It'll never
Yeah.
work. But when I get people who just want a reason, and the Bible says that when brethren can sit down and reason together,
All right,
we
Mr. Vincent, you gonna have people shouting in the aisle. You better quit.
we have to have people who want to work together. I will
Right.
take that skill set, because when I raised that pay for our workers in in Locust Grove for our workers, we gave them the largest raise that they've had in the city history, and we still balance those books, and we still roll back taxes. We rolled our taxes back to a zero, so we weren't taking that money. Again, we were helping working families. And I had Republicans and I had Democrats on there who didn't want to do it. But it took those sidebars. It took some kicking. So what can we do? So we had three-tier plan, and the highest one was going to give them not just a livable wage, but it was going to raise them up all the way past, and they were going to have a comfortable wage, right? So I said, well, can we get in the middle? Can we come in the middle, man, give a workable, livable wage?
Absolutely.
And they agreed, because I made it hit home for them.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not just talking about my kids, I'm talking about yours, your grandkids. You're not
Absolutely.
doing this for them. But see, those city workers who live in our community are going to turn around and put that back in our community. So I want to take that same leadership to the state house to allow, if they allow me an opportunity to serve them, I'm going to do it every day, because I'm going to take those guys out. And as the famous Barack Obama, he did at the on the White House lawn, he did what, it was a beer summit. So I'll go get a beer summit. I'll cook. I'm a hell of a barbecuer. I'll barbecue them something, man. It's got to be some way that we can engage in talks that move the needle on that particular one issue right here in 117 and all over Georgia. It affects all Georgians, especially in those rural areas where they don't have manufacturing. So they really are working in the diners, and waitresses only make what, $15, sometimes $2.15. So we got to do better. And the only way we do better is getting to the root causes, and don't pass it and keep kicking it down the road like they've been doing for years, 50 years. They kicking it because the Democrats are up there doing it. I just don't know how hard it is, but when I get up there, I'm going to see if I can break those chains, as our famous singer said, break those chains.
That's right. Break those trains. Thank you so much, Mr. Vincent. We have Miss Buttermilk here. How you doing, Buttermilk?
I'm doing well. How y'all doing this evening?
Good, and you. We have Mr. Vincent here. He's a cool cat. Let me tell you about this guy. This guy, he's like one of my uncles. He has to be one of my uncles. Has to. Has to be. He's just that cool. Go ahead, Miss Buttermilk. You have a question for him.
Yeah, so I am a part of OVC. And we have been doing a lot of town halls with ex-military. Why do you think the military folks are showing up so heavily in this midterms? I don't never remember so many people who served showing up, running for office, but we have seen a lot of people. So why do you think that that's happening, and what made you, as a member of the armed forces here in the United States, decide to run? I just got in, y'all. Sorry.
Okay, hey, absolutely. Well, I'll start with that. Why I decided to do it. I got into politics right after retiring, because I heard a man who's gone now, John Lewis, say, you got to get in some good trouble, and the only way you can do these things is having a seat at the table. And so I wanted to affect people. I wanted to do something that I could really roll up my sleeves and get it done for people. And you can do that at the local level. You really can. I tell people all day, every day, don't go protesting about police brutality at the state level, because that's a local issue, because they're ran by the local delegation. So you go to those local municipalities and you do that. So you see a lot of veterans running. I'm actually doing a cohort with Syracuse, and that cohort is mentoring and giving resources to veterans who run. And so veterans are coming out the woodworks because our benefits, they running for state houses, governors, our benefits always are coming up under assault. You wake up, I wake up to a different text or
That's
a
true.
different email every day about what's happening up in that White House, attacking our veteran benefits. They talking about making us choose now between, your disability and your pay. They talking about actually mean testing you if you are getting some disability. Are you taking any medication for it? So our benefits always being struck and took and always being twisted and out of whack. So veterans are saying, no, not on our watch. See, we took an oath to protect. And that's what we're going to do. I wake up every day. I want to protect not just veterans. I want to protect our teachers. I want to protect our law enforcement. I want to protect everybody who's serving in a capacity that any of their things can help. And then also every working family who get up in the morning who just don't see no end in their struggle. If I'm not putting my name in the hat, because I believe if we give veterans the opportunity to serve, just like in the military, we got things done. And I would love to see every veteran, state representative, every veteran, a congressman, and I guarantee this country will start running right, because we understand how to have a debate, but we also know how to have a common goal to attack the enemy. And that's the issues that we all face.
And make sure they're true veterans, Mr. Vincent, because we have one. No names mentioned in office. Make sure they're true ones.
I
Just
hear you.
saying.
And National Guard don't. Hey, look, I love all my National Guard guys. I do. But that one that's up there all day, every day, hollering and kicking and doing, I don't know where he served that, man. Because he ain't done nothing, man. Because he don't do anything for our veterans, but
No.
nothing, zero.
No.
And so yes, we do have to mean test these guys.
Yes,
We have to mean test.
that totally makes sense. That makes sense. And I love it. I'm like, yes, and like you just said, it makes total sense. Like, who else would be good in these positions than people who already signed up to serve and give their life for this country? So I thank you for your service, and
Thank you.
good luck.
Thank you so much.
No problem.
Thank you, Buttermel. Thank you so much. And like I said, just like what Buttermel did, just come up, ask me. I'm still here. Buttermel's still here. He's still here. If ET comes, that means he's busy. Okay, he's busy. He's doing what he say he's doing. All right. So if you're still shy, go ahead and ask your question in the chat. It's still fine. We won't judge you. So we're gonna go ahead to the next category, and it is your favorite topic, and we're gonna go to education.
Okay.
We got to talk about it. I know you gave your beautiful testimony about the young man, about that. You mentioned about modernizing the Georgia Quality Basic Education, which is also known as QBE or QB, formula which determines state funding for local school districts by multiplying full-time equivalent, which y'all know as FTE for the federal people who work in federal sector jobs, student counts by program specific weights to determine direct instructional costs. So enacted in 1985, it calculates funding based on enrollment.
Yeah.
teacher experience, and local tax capacity. So what does that modernization look like when you want to
So we
modernize the
we are truly in the ancient old days of that 40-year-old plan. It's 40 years old. You got Republicans who I follow who talk about it, who want to see educators and the education system revamped because it does take that money from a school with a low enrollment, divert it to those big schools who don't need it, and so kids with special needs are being left out because they don't have money. They don't have money for special needs, SPED people who work with special needs. They don't have money for mental health counselors. So these schools are having to find federal funding, and we know what that is now, right?
yeah,
Zero. Because they losing school nurses because they were a federal funded thing from COVID. They're losing them. So the counties are having to find ways to do it. So we have to ensure, because I love my teachers, man. Being an educator, I walk those classroom rooms, those halls with them, and the teachers just got a $2,000 payment to them from the state. They said we're gonna throw the teachers $2,000. Let me tell you about that $2,000. That $2,000 come in their paycheck, right? So what comes out of that paycheck?
taxes.
Taxes and the teacher retirement. They get 6% of every time you get an increase. So when you say the 2,000, no baby, you might get 1,400. But when you file your taxes, you're gonna file it for the extra 2,000 stacks that you got. So they putting a patch on these things. So when I talk to teachers, like, look, man, wouldn't it just be wonderful if they increased our step raises? And or some people max out when they go all them years and they step raises stop. Create some other kind of formula that continue to pay them equally each year. So they don't have to worry about whoever gets in that governing seat don't want to throw them a $2,000. Because I can tell you this, they working harder for nothing.
Yes.
But you know why they go to work? They go to work every day for the student. When I talk to the
Love their
teachers,
kids.
man,
Yeah.
these teachers go to work for the kids, man. Because when I talk to teachers and they've been doing it 35 years, man, how you do that for 35 years? They said, because I love what I do.
Yep.
They educate, and this the thing that I just can't wrap my head around. If educators are the ones who educate every single job, career, why can't they be the most and the most paid? Because you don't get a doctor unless you got an educator. You don't get nobody. They wouldn't have got a Vincent Williams up there, being an Intel guy if I hadn't had an educator that helped me with science and math. You have to do something to keep. I lost my granddaughter, who I got custody of a couple years ago. She came to me and they told me, "Oh, she got a lot of issues, man. She's violent." I said, "Man, my baby ain't violent." I said, "She just misunderstood." I got to working with this teacher here, her first year in our county, and I'm gonna shout her out, man. Miss Williams did the thing, man. She's my soror. I'm a member of Phi Beta Sigma, so she's my soror. She's a Zeta, and we got to know each other. And through Miss Williams and our efforts, my granddaughter now is a part of the STEM and the gifted community. In her third grade, we lost Miss Williams from our county because she couldn't afford to stay here no more.
Oh my God.
She went back to DeKalb County because DeKalb County paid them more. So State Representative Vincent Williams gonna have to have a talk with the school board guy. See, I can't get in that room as Vincent Williams, but I can get in there as Representative Williams and say, what are we doing when we're losing teachers like this to another county? People were moving to Henry County because the school system was jam up, man. I can tell you one thing, the millage rate that they're hitting us on our taxes ain't the county doing it, it's the school. So when I hear what's happening in the schools, I don't think that we should be offering up our money like that. We have to take a smart approach at the state level because we have teachers that are burnt out. They tired. You can't even get teachers who they throw the deal because they had a teacher shortage. So Georgia did a law a couple years ago that made it where if you were a retired teacher, you could come back 33% with your salary and not lose your retirement. They were trying their best to recruit these people, man. They wasn't coming back because they were going to get their same retirement check and get 33% of it and get their current wages that they were making at they stopped. They stopped. So our teachers are preparing our future. Those kids are our future doctors, our future lawyers, and yeah, I hope that they go to to a great college, HBCU. Hey, I'm a
Yes.
Norfolk State baby, so hey, go Spartans. But yeah, it's absolutely a travesty when I have teachers who are having to do Uber Eats. They should be at home doing lesson plans or just tending to their own kid, not out trying to make a living, not out trying to do, when they tired when they get to work, they overwork, man. And so being in those hallways and having those serious conversations, and I told half of them I was going to do this, and they said, Vincent, we know you're going to be a fighter. We know you're going to go up there and tell the truth because I am. I'm going to preach to anybody who listens what our educators absolutely go through every single day. But you know what, Ed, I'll leave it with this. Educators they won't have a voice because they feel like the surveys that they get in the schools, nobody listens to them. They feel like they're being there in retribution when they answer them correctly. So we have to find a way where teachers can sound off when they're tired, when they need help, and when they just need. I want to pass a law where the teachers of Georgia get 2 mental health days a month.
They need it, I'm telling you.
2 mental health days. Not no other leave days, 2 mental health days.
Yeah.
Because they need to call a timeout when they need it, man.
Absolutely.
And then we may have people coming back into the profession, and we may not lose teachers to other professions because they're just tired of the way that the legislators and everybody else treat them.
Absolutely. And I was going to ask Mr. Steve here.
No, you can ask it, but I just want to say, you listen. I'm not in Georgia, but you done won me over. You a Norfolk State man. I graduated there in 2015. So behold the green and gold, my brother.
Oh, go, brother.
Wow.
Yeah, man.
Wow.
Yeah, I love. I had an opportunity, man. When I was teaching, we would take those trips to those HBCUs, and those kids would fall in love, man. We all had Stomp the Yard with back in the day. But it's nothing like going to and seeing that culture come alive.
Yes.
Amen. And just enjoying the spirit of collegianism. I love it, man. So I want kids we had a dip in African American black males going to college. Over the last couple of years, that has declined. I have worked hard to increase that because there's nothing wrong with going to a HBCU. They are highly underfunded, but boy, they find ways. Our people find ways to get things done, and they're educating the best. Right here at Morehouse, the Morehouse doctors, they saw the need. They created a healthcare gap by bringing their services into South Fulton, where there was a health desert, and creating an opportunity for those people to have medical by the students of Morehouse. So they're doing just what we want them to do. They're doctors and lawyers. They walk in those halls, and they're doing it just right, man. We had to give them opportunity, and we need to champion them all the way to those careers.
Absolutely. So and Steve's been egging me to ask this question, but Steve has to have patience.
I'm just giving her a hard time. That's what I do here. I'm here the person to give a
He
hard time.
does.
Hey,
He
look, hey,
keeps you on my
that's
toes.
my, hey, look, that's my family now, man. You literally, hey, you gonna offend me if you offend her.
My apologies.
That's my uncle right
Listen,
there, okay?
both of us go to Norfolk State and it wipes my slate clean, so we're good.
Amen, amen, amen.
So he wanted me to ask you, will you support legislation to support HBCU funding in Georgia?
Absolutely. We need to throw more funding towards our HBCUs here in Georgia. And yeah, $16 billion in the coffers right now. I got the final budget, and they tried to say they were giving us all these tax breaks because we had all this money, but their tax cuts always seem to benefit the rich. They never benefit the working people. So yes, I will advocate for funding, state funding, because we do supply those opportunities through our education fund, which the Georgia lottery that everybody spend their money on, it funds our educational scholarships.
Okay.
So maybe we can look at ways to expand those scholarships and give HBCUs a better cut of those scholarships.
That's how it is in North Carolina as well. We have the lottery that is supposed to give to the education system, but here in Fayetteville, I live in Rayford, but I'm right next door to Fayetteville. So in Cumberland County, there are schools closing. So I'm like, okay, how are these schools closing? And you got a lottery to support education. So some may add in.
Something not adding up. And
Right, math in here.
You hit another point that I wanted to get at with. So we're seeing enrollment in Georgia decline because of the school choice. So the school choice that the Republicans passed took money from local schools and allowed them to transfer that $6,500 to their private school.
Yep.
Then open up the coffers where donors could donate tons of money
Yep.
to the private school. So some of those rich kids are getting their scholarships. It's completely free for them to get an education.
Absolutely.
They're stepping on the toes of our local schools. So I'm going to advocate, man, because I'm a public school champion. I come out of public schools. Public schools have done wonders. Those teachers, again, work for less, work harder than any teachers I know. And they do it all for less. And we need to prop them up, man. Change that QBE, spread the love and the wealth to all. And we've had schools, DeKalb County have had to roll back. They got school closures. Atlanta, Fulton County is cutting schools in areas that's going to make it hard. A kid going to have to bus somewhere else because they can't make it. The funds are not there for these public schools to continue on. So we got to do something about that.
Yeah,
We got to
because
put a hard education on that.
that doesn't make any sense if you're going to have education. And when the vid happened, they were getting this lottery for the people who are going to college. Doing the vid, doing the 19. Because there's certain words on TikTok you cannot say. I mean, you can cuss as far as the cows come home. They don't want to get, but if you say like abort, you gotta say AB. You gotta say unalive. You can't say the DEATH word. You can't none of this stuff, which is crazy. So during the vid, they were actually awarding the rich white T students. I have not seen not one person of color being awarded this money through the lottery. And I'm like, something is not adding right here. Something is not math in here. So you just made me want to do more homework in my state, in my district, and you're like, what the blank is going on? Why are we spending all this money on this $1 billion prize for lottery, and our schools are closing?
Yeah, they're closing.
That makes no sense.
That makes no sense, man. when you got a school that's right down the street and it closes, that's
Right.
hard. Look, that's more hard on that working family.
Yeah.
Because now they got to find out how I'm gonna get my child to the school over there, which
Yep.
is much farther. So now we got to get up a little early, and God be the truth, that bus may not even run, So it's so many things that are going on in those mechanics that we absolutely have to do better for our public schools. I get it, man. It's school choice. People should have the choice to do and train. Also they made it legal where the parent who live in could take their kid out of school, take that 6500 with them, and teach them from home. So a lot of these parents are not teaching them right. These kids
No.
look, man. That's the one thing families hate when teachers go on break because they gotta now deal with them kids. So come on, man, you gonna really teach your kids? Some of them pulling them out of regular school because they trying to line their own pockets and they plan with their own child education.
Yes.
So we have to stop and we got to work hard and we got to be a speaker. We got to speak out, man. So
Absolutely.
again, that's one of the committees that I'm gonna probably jump up and down and say, please put me on. Put me on the education committee because I have a voice. And even if I'm not on that committee, I'm going to go to every committee meeting and I'm going to lend a voice because I think they need to hear from real teachers. And, sometimes they'll hear more from people who serve with them. They're a colleague, who are teachers. And we have educators up there, but I do believe you just got to have a champion, somebody who knows how to bob and weave and maneuver and break those chains and work towards a common good to work people first, community always, man. It's got to be that.
Absolutely. And this is why voting is so important, people.
Yeah.
This is why, because, and when we're talking about education, this is where you got to look at who is running in your district. As far as school boards,
Yeah.
trustees, your sheriffs, your judges, these things matters, people. Who's going to fix your roads? Who's going to put lights up? Who's going to lower down your property taxes? Who's going to keep your schools open?
Yep.
This is why voting is so important. This is why it's so important to investigate these candidates that are running.
Yep. Investigate them, take them, look at them. I'm not gonna throw no shots, Lord, no. But
Yeah, don't throw shots
voting,
on. Don't do that.
Now, early voting in Georgia starts April 27th, but the last day to register to vote is April 20th.
Okay.
Go register, man. We need the young folks to have a voice. You got a candidate that's gonna work on your behalf. Go register to vote. Go register.
Can you repeat that again? Can you repeat those dates again, Mr. Williams and Mods? Can you put that in the chat, please?
Early voting starts April 27th. The last day to register to vote for this election. And it's just not my race. You got a governor race, and that's important. You got a lieutenant governor race. You got a secretary of state. Go, Judge Penny Brown. You have all these jobs. You got your insurance commissioner, and they regulate who. I just got a big increase on my premium because the insurance company told me, said, because your insurance commissioner allowed us to do it.
An insurance commissioner? I had never heard of that.
Insurance commissioner regulates them. And so they explained to me that they haven't had a significant increase in Georgia in a while. And they've been lobbying. See, they pay millions of dollars to people to go lobby for them. And they got this insurance commissioner to change it up. And he allowed each and every one of them agencies, State Farm, Progressive, all of them, hike their raises, hike their rates, man, in a time where things are so tough, man. My mortgage went up because my mortgage is tied into my insurance, right? I got an email from my mortgage company say your mortgage going up $200. So what? Looked it up. It was the insurance increase that went up. $200. It went to $3,500 a year. So yes, we we're under attack for affordability, and we need to work hard. You got to put the right people in office, man. School boards, like you said, the local officials, your county commissioners. You got to choose the people who are going to do the work for you. Get up every day with you on their mind. You got to elect them. If you don't, you sit it out because you just don't feel like the system's working for you. You're doing yourself a disservice, because don't let it be that your one vote could have changed and swayed an election. And it's happening. I said the city council
Absolutely.
race, guy won by one vote, man. If
Yep.
one more person had a ran, one more person had a voted, it would have been a tie. It would have went to a runoff.
Wow. This is
It,
why
it,
it
it matters.
matters.
It
This is
matters.
why it
It
matters.
matters.
Yeah. This is why it matters. All right, Mr. Williams, we're going to go to a fun rapid fire because
Okay.
we're almost, I wish we could have more time with you. We're going to do some fun rapid fire.
All right.
All right, you ready?
Yeah.
All right. So Waffle House or home cooking?
Home cooking.
All right. Coffee or sweet tea?
Coffee.
Okay, I guess I can run with you on that.
Now, I love my sweet tea, but I get that cup of coffee every morning.
Oh my goodness. March Madness or football, like the bowls in football?
The bowl games.
Okay, all right. So your favorite team?
Yeah, the Georgia Bulldogs, baby.
Oh, jeez, I knew he was gonna say that. Y'all, okay, so the reason why I love y'all, but I don't love y'all because y'all beat up on my Tennessee Volunteers that few years ago, and my cousin was playing. His name is Byron. I know, right? But my cousin's name is Byron Young. He is playing for the Rams, LA. He's on defense, number 0. Byron Young.
Okay.
He is my husband's first cousin.
All right.
So yeah, he was on the Tennessee Volunteers when y'all beat the mess out. Oh my God. Yeah,
Hey, look,
I'm still salty
you
about
gotta
that.
come
I'm
into the
still
dog pound,
salty.
man. But every team now is getting, that's a whole different thing when you put the NIL money in.
Yeah,
So I'm beginning to believe college football, college sports as a whole. I do believe paying those kids, but man, you go to college for the experience. If you work hard, that money's gonna come to you when you get to the pros.
yeah,
I get that name, likeness, and all that stuff. Yeah, pay the kids for, if you sell a jersey, pay them kids for that jersey.
yeah.
But, this whole thing, the Michigan Wolverines won the national title for March Madness.
Yep.
I heard the interview. They hit it on Today's show this morning. They asked the coach, how do you feel about the NIL money? You got 7 new players that are 4 of them are starters that you brought in and gave money to this year. So they're building their teams, not mentoring kids. They going out there looking who can be the best baseball, football player, basketball player, and luring them to their team via money.
Yeah, and it's a very sensitive subject because at first they wasn't getting paid nothing, and it
Yep.
was all going to the school.
Yep.
And it was almost, I hate to say the word the plantation, but it was almost like that. I hate to say it, but I'm gonna say it because that's how I see it.
Yeah.
But then again, have it for the opportunity of education, have it for the opportunity of experience, where you're not dangling money in their face.
Right. Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yes, pay them, yes.
Pay them.
But don't have it where their focus is off of what they're coming there for.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's where I'm at. That's
And,
where
that,
I'm
and,
at.
and me too. I don't believe those kids should be, laboring, because some of them get hurt in college and they can't play no
Right.
more. So yeah, pay those kids, man. But we have to
Right.
look about their learning and
Yes.
help them, and they're getting that necessary thing, how those work ethics, those coachable moments. When you
Yes.
mess up, man, you can't beat those coachable moments, man.
Right.
And so yeah, I'm sad about college sports. So, but I'll go all day. The football.
Okay. I am a football girl myself. But Mr. Williams, I thank you so much. I'm gonna do this closing question. So you have people on the fence. Like we were just talking about voting. I know there's some people out there, because I know I deal with it on my personal life. I know Buttermilk does, and the other people who do their own lives. We battle with people who do not want to vote, or who's on the fence, who say that, oh, voting is, doesn't mean anything. What can you tell the people out there in your district what you can do to change their mind and make it look like, okay, this man means business?
Yeah. Listen, when I think about voting, I think about the John Lewises. I think about the Martin Luther Kings. I think about all the marching that those guys, and I get it. Some of the young people say, man, I don't know who them folks are. That's they. But you have to, you have to know your history.
Yes.
And, history is not being taught in classrooms anymore. And then everything we did is being whitewashed out, right? So, but we have to continue to take our time and pull them along. See, they want a seat at the table, and we got to show them how they can get a seat at the table. We got to encourage them. We got to mentor them. And I'm a part of this men group, Men of Valor, and we're committing ourselves to hitting those schools and going in those schools and showing our African American males that Black men do exist. And so I want to share with my brothers, give democracy an opportunity to fail you. I know politicians come into your life and they tell you all these great things they're going to do. Listen, I'm only one vote. I'm only one. I'm going to use the art of talking, kitchen table issues with all 179 of those people that I serve with. We need to bring back good old-fashioned politics, if we want to call it that. We call it politics, but we call it gamemanship, whatever you want to call it. It's unity and it's people and community, not division. So I would love for you to visit my website, VincentWilliams2026.com. Throw a donation if you want me to win. $2, $3, $4, whatever you want to give. It's a grassroots campaign. So your $2 are making a difference. So don't think that you only have $2 that you can, man, throw me $2 and you'll ensure that I am one of the people that gets the opportunity to go serve you. But I will serve you each and every day. It won't be a day. I will never be inaccessible to you. You call my phone, I will answer it. I will make myself, just like I did on council, just like I did in the military, I will make myself readily available to answer your question if I can. So you have someone that really want to work on your behalf, not somebody who cares about titles. I'm gonna win, but if I don't, I'm not gonna cry. Because if you never try, you never can say. And I had that burn in me. If I never tried it, I would be wondering all my life, what could I have done? What impact could I have made? So give me the opportunity to make that impact in your life, and I'll show you a representative who rolls up their sleeves and go to work and shop in the same stores you shop in.
Wonderful, absolutely. And you're absolutely right, Mr. Vincent. Trying beats failing, people. Trying beats failing. You'll never know until you try.
That's right.
Never know. Thank you, Mr. Vincent Williams.
Thank you so much.
Stay right there. Do not go nowhere, because we have other town halls coming up tomorrow.
Okay.
We have two. We have a double header tomorrow.
Okay.
We have here, that is very shocking to me, is Mr. Reed Stilson, who is running for Fulton County Commissioner in District 3.
Okay.
And we have Ada Ashuri, who is running for California Los Angeles City Attorney tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you're not doing anything, give us a visit, give us a follow, tell your people, come on in, ask questions, engage with the chat. We will love that.
Absolutely. And I want you to I'll reach out to Judge Penny Brown, but you may want to reach out. She's on TikTok. Look her up. Invite her, because she's a wealth of information. She's a lawyer. I think she would, your show would benefit from her being on it. You are doing a wonderful job educating. I know when I saw the one vote counts, I'm like, I never seen that before. And then
Vote counts.
I've seen all of the people you've interviewed from different states. I love that. See, we get to put on your platform, no matter where we live, we get to this brainstorming because you're right. Somebody might have heard something that may go to their state rep and say, hey, I need you to think what this guy doing down in his district. So yeah, you're doing an amazing work. Thank you for your service. Thank your husband again for his service. We need veterans holding these kind of forums because again, it counts. It counts. I want to one day see you jump in the race for something.
I've been asked and I said no.
Well, you know, you can be a king maker though. You can keep doing this.
I love to cheerlead people like you and others who are running for the people. And I cannot take all of that, Mr. Vincent. I have to give it to OVC. I have to give it to our team. Our team is freaking amazing.
Awesome.
If you're part of the OVC team, put it in an emoji. Put it in a chat with emoji. These people rock. These are the ones why I do what I do. This is the reason why I mod and do extra things because they are an amazing team. They are so amazing and I really appreciate it. And Mr. Vincent, you are an amazing person. This is why we are personally inviting you to the round table. We have it every other Sunday at 3 p.m.
Okay.
So OVC will personally reach out to you to let you know what date we have available. And please show up. This is with other candidates we have that have been on our town hall. And you guys can brainstorm, and you may see a person like me or Buttermilk or other moderators up here on the table. And we also have guests from the chat to ask you questions on what's going on. So we can have like minds where we can get together because it's no more separate states now.
Absolutely.
That's out of the
hey, look. We are the United States.
Exactly. Those different states back then in the 90s and 80s, that's out the window now.
There's no separation of any state. No state needs to kind of, you know, I know we're in some times, man, and you got some blue states that said we just want to get rid of it. No, we stay in the fight because, you know, we're going to live to play another day, right? You know, we got to play we got to play chess, not checkers.
Right.
Yeah. So thank you again. Thank you again for this amazing opportunity. I'm ecstatic, man. I love you and thank you so much. I love your organization and your guys rock. I'll see you at the town hall. You just send me the information, okay?
I will. We love you back. And then join us on Discord, Mr. Vincent. We on Discord as well. Our vote count. So join us. Your team can join us as well. Once again, everybody in the chat, please give a clapping emoji or a love or a hand sign for Mr. Vincent. He has been amazing. I truly, truly thank you so, so much. Please don't be a stranger.
I will not.
Do not be a stranger.
I'll watch out for the email. Just let me know.
Okay. We have adopted Mr. Vincent as our uncle now. So this is Uncle Vincent Williams.
All right, Uncle V, let's do it. Y'all have a good night.
So for people in the chat, follow us. We are all over the place. And Mr. Vincent, this will be on YouTube. So you can also have this on your campaign. So you can actually look at your video of this town hall that we just did tonight.
Okay.
So this will be available to you like in a couple of days or so. We'll let you know. We're on Instagram, we're on Threads, we're on Facebook, we're on YouTube, we're everywhere. On TikTok. We're doing the dang on thing. We're doing it.
Okay. Awesome. Well, thank you again. And thank you to your team. And I look forward to joining those town halls and we get down to some root cause discussions that really affect each and everybody around the world. I think if we do these town halls, we can collaborate, we can work on things together, not apart. So I love it. I love it.
Absolutely. We love you and you take care. Tell the grandkids we say what's up. Keep Pops and in the loop of how to work TikTok and all that great stuff.
I got to learn how to use this phone, man. I put it in these modes and I couldn't. But anyway, I'll return these phone calls now. But all
right, Mr. Vincent.
I love y'all.
Love you too. Take care.
All right, bye-bye.
All righty. Man, what a guy. If you also want to be a mod like me, Not like me. No, I'm just joking. If you want to do things like modding like me or hosting like OVC, come and join us. What are you waiting for? We even have like a graphics designer team if you love doing these type of things as well. You can do that as well. We will train you. Okay, we will not put you, we're not throwing you in a frying pan and fry you up and throw you out. We will not do that. We will not do that. We will train you. We will accept you. Just make sure you're down for the work, because it is a lot of work and we love what we do because we want to make this world and this country a better place. We thank you so much. Thank you to the chat. Thank you for the engagement in the chat. Thank you for the gifts. Thank you for the love. Thank you, OVC, for opening this platform for us. Thank you for just everything, the love. I'm so overwhelmed right now. I'm so overjoyed. And to OVC, like I said before to Mr. Vincent, I cannot take this credit on my own. I have to give credit when credit is due. Thank you, Ayana. Thank you. I have to give this credit to where credit is due. You guys are amazing too. Can I finish this sentence before y'all start making me cry? So, what do I say? Oh my goodness. So, I have to give credit when credit is due to OVC, the team. You know who you are. I don't want to name names I'm going to forget, but you know who you are if you're on the OVC team. I love you guys. This is what we do. Kudos to y'all. Y'all are freaking amazing. I would cuss, but I cannot because my daughter is here. So, I thank you. Be sure to tune in tomorrow. Be sure to tune in anytime. Follow us. OVC, follow us. Okay, we doing the dang on things. We also have videos up. We have videos from Miss Ayana in the chat who do up videos for upcoming elections and all that great stuff. All right, I know I'm rambling on. Okay, I'm supposed to be in at 8:30. But anyway, I want to tell y'all thank you. You all have a blessed night. Remember to be safe and to love one another. God bless. Have a good night. Love you guys.